Good morning. My name is Tracy Trypuc. Welcome to Your Health Matters. Before I introduce my guest, I would like to share some information. Today we will be discussing ways you can empower yourself to live healthy. While New Year's comes at the same time year after year, and people make many of the same resolutions, such as get in shape and lose weight, often they become discouraged by not achieving their goals. The reason? They often fight the same barriers that they have in the past in achieving their goals. One of the things we will discuss today is how to deal with those barriers. And now I would like to introduce my guest. Today I have with me Barbara Lomoriello, MS, with a 30-year background in rehabilitation counseling. Welcome, Barbara.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Yes, thank you for being here. Barbara, in your 50s, you decided to take control of your health and to stop yo-yo dieting. Mike, can you please show photo 1? So you admit, we have this photo now up of you prior to losing your weight. So you admit you were in a cycle of yo-yo dieting. And could you also now show photo 2, please? I think this is a pivotal moment in your life, and I'm sure you agree. We have both photographs up. You lost 40 pounds by a gentle detox and adding good foods to your diet to achieve sustainable weight loss, as well as exercise and stress reduction strategies. How did you accomplish this?
Well, you know, as you said, I was, for years, yo-yo dieting. I tried every diet. I would lose 20 pounds and gain 30. I was really depressed. I mean, I would look in the mirror in the morning, as many other people do, and every morning I'd say, oof, boy, I have to change this. So I started diet every morning, and by 3 o'clock it was over. So what I did was I actually looked into, because I was always very healthy in my 30s, and it was a great period of my life. And as I recalled it, I wanted to regain it. I wanted to kayak. I wanted to do exercise. I wanted to get that 30-something feeling back again. So I began to research sustainable weight loss. And I found that, you know, I could lose weight without self-deprecation, without counting calories, and without stepping on a scale. So I began to actually look into putting good foods in my diet. And while I was doing that, I was putting in some whole grains. I was looking at my sugar intake. I didn't change anything drastically. And when I work with people, I don't do that. There's no drastic change to anything. So little by little, you know, I began to feel better, and I began to add more. And as you add good food, as I did, and you start to feel better, you want to add more. So it's more or less crowding out of the bad food. It's just pushing it out gently, where you don't feel that you're giving up anything. And regarding my exercise, my mood was enhanced. I wasn't having sugar highs and lows. I felt my self-esteem get better. So I began then redoing some exercise, walking to working out a little. I also took on my stress level. I took on what was going on in my head. And I changed. It's a holistic approach. It works for people very slowly, but as I say, what works for me may not work for you. Everyone's different. So I try to really come up with programs that work for individuals regarding their lifestyles, which is very important.
Correct. Okay, so can you give your viewers, our viewers, some advice on how to change the message that's in their head from the I can't to I can?
Yes, that is extremely important. As you know, people have been on diets for a long time, and you know, they never address the command center, which is your brain, and how that really gives your messages to your body. You know, I was one of those people. I could do like 15 wonderful things in one day. And then all of a sudden I did one terrible thing, and I was obsessing about that. I was kicking myself. If I ate one thing off a diet, then I'd say, okay, the diet's done. I have to just now eat everything. So what we do is I believed, and other people believe, you have to believe, that you are in control of your thoughts, not the other way around. Mm-hmm. You can stop it by doing little things. I stopped it by stopping listening to the news in the morning, by listening to music, by adding some very 3-minute stress reduction meditation CDs that I do share with my clients that I work with. And that attitude, do not listen to the news before you go to bed. Think of how well you did with those 15 things. Lessen that one thing. It's not looming. You did so much good work, and most people do very good work. So we need to change that, and I help people slowly move from that to a healthy way of thinking and less stress, depending on their lifestyle.
Right. And as we were discussing previously, sometimes people try to envision a goal that might be too much for them to achieve all at once, that they need to work up to it. So instead of saying, I'm going to run a marathon or a 5K or walk this much of a distance, or I'm going to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks, which is not something that is healthy to do, that they need to look at it in incremental changes. And so even for myself, I'm a very busy person, and if I wanted to try to do something, oftentimes I might psych myself out of doing it because I can't work in the time to achieve the large goals that I have set for myself. So then I might say, oh, well, I just can't get to the gym and spend an hour every day. But if I were to look at it as I could go for 1 hour, for half an hour, 4 days a week, that's much more manageable. And so can you address those kinds of issues?
That is called what I refer to as chunking down, taking the goal and breaking it into action steps. So we may take someone who has that long-term goal of wanting to lose so much weight, and then actually take a look at some action steps they can do in order to change their lifestyle. And many people begin to see that it is a holistic approach in working with me. They take a look, and all of a sudden, they can't go to the gym every day. It's dependent on who you are, what your work life is like, your family life, and then we tailor it. We might start with somebody doing movement at the home when they come home from work, so that they will change the obsessive message in their head. Walking. I have one person who started walking and then ended up going to the gym. Not only going to the gym, but improving the quality of time with the family, going to the gym with the family.
Right.
So it really is an actual, look at action steps. And as people work with me on action steps, what I do is, as we identify them in a session, then I give them support, email support. I check in with them on how they're doing. If something needs to be tweaked, we tweak it. I actually, people are inundated, and they get inundated with a lot of research on everything that's going on. So what I do is I do their research for them. I still tell them, please stop reading everything, and I send them articles and recipes and motivational stuff that is tailored for their lifestyle. So I take that stress of today I heard this, today I heard that, let's forget about that. Let's just focus on what's working for you. So it's all about chunking down. And the other thing I find very interesting is that I don't really pick up a lot of work after the New Year, because the New Year folks really, they come in and they're, and they want to lose weight and do this, but right around March is the time when I get the people who are really committed, who are really motivated, who want to do it, because, all those commercials go on for the New Year, and basically a lot of people fall out of those programs. So I work with very motivated people, highly successful, that do benefit from from a lifestyle change.
That's wonderful. Okay, so then your passion for nutrition and healthy cooking led you to the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, where you earned your wellness coaching certificate. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, as I began to feel better and lose the weight and my lifestyle changed, I researched different programs, because my early life I actually wanted to be a dietitian. So I began to research, and I found the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, and it fits so well with my background in counseling. And there were many different dietary theories that we studied, different ways to motivate people. It was actually very good. We went to seminars with Deepak Chopra and Arianna Huffington, and it said something to me. It was all about bio-individuality, that what works for me is not going to work for you. So that was and I'm always connected to it. We have great network with the Institute. So it's a wonderful place.
That's great. So then before I move on to my next question, would you like to discuss some of the foods?
Sure. One of the big things that, I find is that, people, we have to take a look at what we've been told. Now, if you remember the recent craze, it was like low fat, low calorie. And, in order to do low fat and low calorie, what companies had to do is put a lot of sugar into the product so it didn't taste like cardboard. So now, as you can see, every day we are dealing with terrible obesity issues.
Yes.
Diabetes has never been so high. I mean, we have children that are starting so young with these problems. So, some of the things that you do is, the sugar is a very big concern. You don't have to give up all the sugar. You don't really do. There are sugars that spike you and then go down, and they make you want to eat. The white flours do that. So what I do is, I actually introduce some good sugar. I've introduced, one thing that people should realize is that cinnamon is wonderful in keeping your sugar level balanced, so you're not spiking and your moods are not going all over the place. And another thing that I do is, if people are eating good fats, like I did, I eat olive oil, I eat almonds, I even eat butter. I have this breakfast tip that is, and people love it. It's called avocado toast. You make toast, you put butter, and you get a nice ripe avocado, and that keeps you satiated. You're not thinking at 10 o'clock, I got to eat this, I got to eat that. So those are some of the things. And to start your day, most of us do not realize that we are dehydrated in the morning. So right away we go for the cup of coffee when we should be drinking water.
Oh, that's me.
And in addition to that, I have to say the greatest thing you could do is drink a cup of hot water with lemon. What that does is that it starts to motivate the lymphatic system to drain the toxins out of your body. So if you start by, actually putting that in and getting things moving, that's a wonderful way to start the day. One of the things that I have here that has helped me, and
where's my avocado? I'm just asking, because I'm from California, so.
Avocados, I love them. Avocados is such a great fat. I eat it with everything. But I have here something that I've I make, and I actually help people. It's called dates with almond butter and unsweetened coconut. So what this does is dates, they're not too much of a sugar spike. So what you do is you can eat 1 or 2 of these in the afternoon when you're feeling it, or in the evening when you have cravings, and it helps reduce it. It helps reduce the craving for sugar. So you need to really nourish yourself. And these are wonderful. Also, something that people don't realize is that you can actually do things that don't taste sweet, but satiate that sweetness in your mind. Which is like, I have a recipe on my website that is roasted root vegetables, and they are great. I eat them on the side. I eat them as a side dish. I eat them as a snack. And what they do is they tell the sugar center in your brain that you're satiated. You don't feel like craving sugar. But meanwhile, it doesn't taste too much like sugar. So it keeps you once again level. So there are things that, I do with people and recipes that I have. You can sign up on my website for emails, notification emails at barbaralomoriello.com. But I think we should taste one of these and tell me what you think. I'm eating the big one because I'm hungry.
Absolutely delicious. Except I don't have a napkin.
That's okay.
I'm going to put it back on the edge.
Okay.
Because I still have to talk.
All right.
Pardon me.
All right.
My mouth is full.
So also, if you add, good fatty fishes like a salmon, sardines, as I said, olive oil, butter is not bad. People think it's terrible. So that counting calorie thing and self-deprivation is not something that you want to do to sustain your weight loss.
As long everything in moderation.
In moderation.
Right.
I practice like 80-20, 90-20. There are some times when I have to have something, and I have it. It's not going to kill me. I don't want to feel that I can't eat these foods for the rest of my life. That's not the way it is.
No. Well, I'm the same way. Every once in a while, I'll have a little ice cream, just a little tiny bit in a bowl, and then I won't have it for months. So, okay, so let me move on to this. Barbie, with your master's degree and a background in rehabilitation counseling for 30 years, talking with my mouth full, you have also worked with individuals and assisted corporations to meet their goals. Can you please tell our viewers about how this helps with your coaching?
All right, I will, but before that, I have to go back to sugar for one moment.
Oh, okay.
Because people do not realize that, something I did was to get in touch with the amount of sugar that I was eating a day. And if you take a look at yogurt, you take a look at plain yogurt, it has 5 grams of sugar. You add your fresh fruit, which has fiber, which keeps you going for a long time. If you pick up yogurt with fruit added, that's 12 to 17 grams of sugar in that. That's like more than half your daily recommended allotment for sugar. So that is, I try to keep to 5 grams in a certain food. I really try to keep that going.
Well, and then when you think about all of the beverages that have added, and a lot of parents don't understand, how to read labels, and so then their children are drinking, which then also adds to the pediatric obesity.
Yes,
problem.
and one thing I noticed, and one of my friends has 4 sons, and they're all athletes, and they drink a certain energy drink that's very popular, and a little bottle like this has 21 grams of sugar.
Right.
Now,
that's the message that isn't getting out, is that energy drinks are not supposed to be used for sports because they do not replace the electrolytes.
Exactly. So for the electrolytes, a thing that she's begun to do is to have them drink coconut water, which is full of the electrolytes. And it has a better sugar in it. It has coconut sugar, which lasts longer. So, if you have children and you're giving them those energy drinks, please read the label. Please switch it out with water. Please switch it out with coconut. Do something that can help you.
Yeah, because the energy drinks contain caffeine, which is going to dehydrate,
right.
not hydrate.
But I'm also talking about, the old
Plus the
ones,
sugar, yeah.
the old ones, the ones that the football commercials show, and they're orange, blue, green, But getting back to what your question was about working with corporations and individuals in my background, I just came back from Florida where I worked with a group of people that really I did group sessions and I did individuals, and these were people that didn't need to lose weight. These were folks that needed to learn how to eat healthy. Given one or two of them were diabetics that needed to realize what they were eating. So it helps. It helps. My background helps because, I can bring them that change. I can understand where they're coming from. I can understand, a little psychologically on what's going on, the barriers. And that's a group that in a couple of months I'm going to begin to work with via Skype. There are so many ways that I can work with people. Now in this age of technology, you don't really have to be in the same room at times. So actually, and I help them. I help get their sugar levels down at times. I help put good food in. I did a whole research on what cookbook would be great for them. And sometimes you can actually lessen morale issues. You can actually lessen the instance of taking off from work for sickness. There are so many benefits. As a matter of fact, it's so funny that everybody's grabbing this. Obamacare now gives you money for a health coach. And if you notice, even one of the most popular diet companies are saying, "Oh, we have health coaches now," and I get a charge out of it. It's like everyone wants to jump on the bandwagon. But what sets us apart is that the background that I have and the understanding and all the research I do every day, and I work with the most motivated people, and it's a great feeling.
That is a very good feeling. So our viewers can visit your website. Could you please show Barbara's card and her website, please? Thank you. And in addition, if they go to your website, they can also sign up for a free consultation.
A free
correct?
consultation. I am beginning in the end of March. I'm beginning a 12-week Slim Down for Summer, which is a gentle detox off of some of the foods and helping you lose weight and feel better and achieve sustainable weight loss. And myself, not only 40 pounds, but I went from a size 18 to a size 10. And that's what it was all about. It's a scary looking picture. But you can go to my website. I'd say the first thing you should do is just sign up for a consultation. It doesn't cost anything. And you take it from there. Also, you could sign up to get tips on my email site, which I send out once a month. And that's a place to begin. Summer's coming. I have to tell you, people don't realize it, but a month from today is the first day of spring.
Yeah. Well, Barbara, I personally thank you for sharing your journey with us.
Thank you.
But also where your journey has taken you, and now you are out there and able to help others and help them to overcome their barriers and to motivate them to be the best that they can be. So I thank you for doing that, but I also thank you for coming here today and sharing this with us.
My pleasure, really, my pleasure. To get the word out is wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks. Thank you for being here, Barbara.
Have a good day.
Yes, you too. So, again, I would like to thank my guest, Barbara Lomoriello, MS and Integrative Nutrition Health Coach. Please visit her website for more healthy living information. And please tune in next week for another Your Health Matters with Tracy Trypuc, with special guest, newly elected Suffolk County Controller, John Kennedy Jr. Have a safe and healthy day.